Hi, how's everyone? I hope I find you all well. Thank you for returning, and hello if you are new. We're doing the node reading today. This has been a tough one. I've had to restart this like 3 times because this is a brand new spread that I'm using, and I've never ever done North Node, South Node readings before. So bear with me. There's going to be a lot of stuttering. I apologize. I already stutter terribly, but this one is dealing with some pretty deep issues. I never really I didn't expect that. So we're going to get through it together. Please have patience with me. I will get all the messages out as best I can. Some of the symbolism is really interesting to delve into. I'm going to probably stutter into some visual explanations that might be hard to follow, but give me a chance. I promise everything has a point, whether I get there quickly or not. It's remains to be seen. So, um, let's explain exactly what the North Node, South Nodes are. Okay, that we'll do that first, and then we'll take it slow. What are the lunar nodes? Okay, they aren't objects like planets or asteroids that we can chart or anything. They're mathematical points in the path of the moon's orbit around the Earth. So if you think of a flat dinner plate with the sun in the middle, the Earth goes around in that flat plane, the solar ecliptic. But we are tilted about 43 degrees. So our ecliptic goes on an angle to the solar ecliptic. The moon goes around on that angular um, plate ecliptic. Okay, even that's not balanced because the moon is off by about 5 degrees. So as we are going around, we're tilted, and the moon goes around kind of like in an X kind of fashion. I don't know if I explained that right. Since the Earth is tilted a little and the moon seems to rise and set above and below the solar ecliptic, and even then the moon itself is flush, it's not flush on our equatorial plane, it's off by about 5 degrees. So the points in the sky where the moon crosses the ecliptic are the nodes. I hope I explained that right. Where it crosses north of the ecliptic is the north node, and where it descends south of the solar ecliptic is the south node. So I'm sure I am missing something in the explanation, but I don't want this to get into a math lesson, and that's about the gist of how the nodes are calculated, okay? In astrology, the lunar nodes represent a rough directional path that our soul is on, and in this life. The south node represents experiences our souls are coming from, lessons that we've learned and integrated into our character. Sometimes, though, there are aspects that we can take for granted because we've mastered them. The North Node represents our journey ahead towards lessons and qualities that our souls are here to develop, expand, and learn. The nodes take about 18 months to move through the signs. If you'd like to explore the nodes in your birth chart, I am available for birth chart inquiries. Just contact me through my email in the description. So, lunar node transits affect the collective as a whole and highlight what lessons at the time that we are all addressing cumulatively as a group. In tropical astrology, the nodes have shifted into Pisces, Virgo, North, and South. So, hang on one second. I paused at 4:15 for anyone looking for number syncs 415. I wanted to get my coffee because I'm going to be talking a lot. So let's delve into the South Node Virgo energy first. So Virgo is a very analytical sign. They are ruled by Mercury, which co-rules Gemini, the thinker. They do. It is Hermit energy, which is interesting because I drew the Hermit card as the South Node card, which was very cool. Um, Let me get settled here in my thoughts. Virgo ruled by Mercury, the thinking energy, analyzing. Okay, this is the electrical air energy of Mercury, who co-rules Gemini, but in an Earth sign. So they brood, they dwell, they analyze, they um internalize a lot. So they are excuse me. They have a little bit of perfectionism in them. They can kind of get stuck in um, rabbit holes, maybe a little bit over analyzing things. They are also extremely critical of themselves and I think others too. But that's because they expect perfection from themselves and they can kind of get disappointed when they don't meet their own standards, and they get a little bit disappointed with others when they don't meet those standards too. But they're also very forgiving. It's interesting energy. Now, the symbolism of Virgo, the Virgin, um, it is an early harvest energy. They come around there like the end of summer. That's the first of the harvest. So um, there's a feeling of like gathering provisions around them. All the earth signs are very much concerned with provisions. Like Taurus is a spring sign, so everything that's in bloom is very new, and they like to, gather the newness. They work really hard. All the earth signs work really hard. Pentacle energy. It's the only suit that is a tangible object. So they really do put a lot of work into their things. And Virgo puts a lot of work into mental things. Um, the idea of the Vestal Virgin, which is its symbol, is the attendance of the temple of the goddess Vesta, the goddess of hearth and home. So their job was literally to keep the home fires burning in the temple. In exchange for that, they gave up everything about a life for themselves in service to the greater good. Now, this was a religious employment, this was a religious position, but it wasn't necessarily service out of belief or love or anything like that. It was a service of duty. Whether they believed in it or not, that wasn't them to decide. It was their job, and they did it, and they sacrificed for others so that they could do it. But it's not necessarily out of love. Okay, it was out of duty. Whereas its opposite, Pisces, is different. It's service to the greater consciousness, the higher self, source, spirituality, because there's a connection to the spiritual. Whereas Virgo has a connection to religion because of dogma. The other earth signs are kind of along the same vibration, Taurus being the most heavily um, involved in that. Their card in the tarot is the Hierophant, and the Hierophant representing the Pope is tradition for tradition's sake, doing it that way because that's the way it's always been done. So when we get to Virgo, this is sacrifice for others. It also has to do with sacrificing for family, caring for other people. Feminine Virgos are the epitome of the Earth Mother. The house is stocked, everything you would need. They're nurturing, they're accepting, they listen. It's beautiful energy. Um, Male Virgos, they're kind of like homebodies. They love their caves, earth energy. Think of Hufflepuff. from Harry Potter. The Hufflepuffs were the earth signs. So, the North Node being Pisces is, like I said, um, a deeper connection. Pisces is the deep, deep ocean of the subconscious. So, this is almost a dichotomy between facts and understanding facts and understanding deeper subconscious symbols. Okay, it's thinking versus knowing. That's a, I think that I will definitely keep that phrase for the title. It's thinking versus knowing. Pisces is a very psychic sign. They know things, and Virgo is a very information oriented. They want to know things. So the two being opposites is the progression of the soul. So we were in a energy of deep thinking, okay? Hermit energy, introspection, looking at facts and trying to find wisdom. The cards we dropped the Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. I think we were coming. I also have to remember that this is something that we've already gone through and mastered. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more positive. We've already mastered this. So there was introspection here. There was truth, searching after some kind of truth here. And it had to do with how we connect in love to others. Okay? We had the Wheel of Fortune here, and the Wheel of Fortune is cycles and fate, and it reminds us that times always change. And there may have been a feeling of being out of control or being weakened by a cycle that came around about a lover or something that we chose to love, because the Lovers is a choice. Because of the wheel changing our fate when it came to this love choice, we were then in an Ace of Cups in reverse energy. The Ace of Cups is a gift from the divine. It's a love gift from the divine. Open heart, open creativity, connection, true spiritual understanding, and that is now in reverse. There's they took, I don't want to say it like that, but there's sour feelings here. There's bitterness. I heard one of my guides saying butthurt. There's butthurt here because the wheel turned, changed the dynamic of the lovers' connection, and now we are blocked. We feel unloved and bitter. And there was the energy of having to go in hermit mode and really contemplate why. Okay? I believe that this is a healthy energy because there was a contemplation of not only why did the love go sour, but why do we feel the way we feel about it? You would think that'd be easy to answer, right? Because they betrayed me, or because I put so much effort into the connection and I did it in good faith. The Lovers come together in good faith. There was pure intention here, there was no motive. But it didn't, we had to come to the realization that it didn't end out of any kind of spite or malice. It ended because its time had ended, and then we had to go through dealing with that. And of course there was that time of the cup was in reverse, right? We were in a beautiful connection, but time turned and the wheel turned and the cup spilled out, and we were in hermit mode trying to figure out where we stood after that. Who were we? Because Virgo energy is again that idea of service to others out of a feeling of duty, though. There might not have been a true loving. It's more like I give to this person because this is my person and I gotta give to them. That's my duty. They are my duty. They are my responsibility. And there may have been like I gotta do it. It wasn't out of it wasn't a bitter feeling like I hate this person and I still have to take care of them. It wasn't like that. Virgo is very loving. So it was like, I love this person, so I'm going to take care of them. Right? And then it went sour. And now we have to go in and figure out who are we and who do we serve and why did we serve that person if it was just going to go south. And we did it because we were called to do it. Our hearts chose to do it. Remember, the lovers is a choice. Excuse me. Now we're going to go to the North Node. But we mastered all that. We got through it, okay? Now in the North Node here, we've got temperance energy, balance. This is the alchemist. Okay, the temperance card is sometimes an angel with one foot on the shore and one foot in the water. That's the balance between logic and emotion. What was I saying about Virgo Pisces? It's thinking versus knowing. It's logic versus intuition here. Okay, it's connecting with the earth energy, with mundane everyday things, and it's keeping a foot in the waters of the divine also. So the angel is got two cups and he's pouring them back and forth. Think of a bartender trying to find the right combination of liquor to make the drink good. Um, in the old days, the alchemists were the first chemists, and what did they do? They were so curious, which definitely is Sagittarius energy, very curious, thinking, I've got this rock, and I've got this liquid, and I've got this powder, and this plant, and this fire, and I'm going to throw it in a petri dish and see what happens. Because how else are you going to learn? Sagittarius energy is always learning. So then, it might explode, it might burn, it might not do anything. Then they say, okay, well, I'm going to switch this ingredient for something else. So I'm going to take out this rock and I'm going to put in this rock. And the result is something different. That's the key to temperance. It's mixing and matching until you can find literally the right solution. This is, since it is a major arcana card, this is the interference by the divine. The divine is looking for new combinations. The divine, with the wheel turning and fate moving and the heavens keep turning and times keep changing. It's the divine looking for this balance, this new solution, this new combination of things, okay? And that's why we were in that Wheel of Fortune upside down Ace of Cups energy, because we felt a little bit out of control. And that's coming here, that's showing here in Strength Reverse. Strength Reverse in this, while I heard while the divine recombines, we're topsy-turvy. We're thrown out of feeling strong and in control. So the Strength card is Leo, the lion, the ego, okay? And it's being wrestled by the literal empress off her throne. So it's like the ego is a little bit out of control, and the empress had to come down off of her throne and deal with it. It's the idea of patience and understanding, dealing with a hurt ego. Okay, all the ego knows is I want this, I want that, it's mine, I should have it, I'm a center of it's like main character kind of energy. The empress, see the way the card looks, it looks like she's trying to wrestle something out of its mouth and it doesn't want to give it up. That's because even if something is toxic, if the ego wants it, it'll fight for it. And she's here going, why do you have that? It's not for you. It's poison. It's not good for you. You're going to choke or it's going to hurt you. And all the lion can think of is, no, I want it. So the key to the Strength card is finding a balance between power and peace. You have to find peace in your power and power in being peaceful. So there's a little bit of give here, and not a lot of people can do that. Because when the ego is involved, um, pulling that back and gaining control of it can sometimes make you feel weak. Because people think that strength, the card strength, represents aggression and power and lording over people and stubbornness. It's like that ultimate masculine energy, but it's not. True strength comes from balancing power with peace, the masculine with the feminine. Okay, the ego with the care of other people, the knowing that you're the shit without making everybody tell you you're the shit, things like that. And as we are going through this energy of the divine recombining things, turning the wheel out of our control, our fate is not up to us. Sometimes we find out it the hard way, and we feel blocked and scared when that happens. Here we are in strength in reverse, in very fearful energy, almost to our breaking point and feeling weakened. We do not like feeling this way. We do not like feeling out of that lion energy. This is hurt pride, literally. Because not only is the lion's pride is his ego, but his pride, which means everybody around him. That's the lion's pride. It's his group, you know. So if he loses that if he feels like he loses face in front of other people, then that's what hurts the ego. And we're here in that reverse energy. Next to it, we've dropped the Hermit card. And I like this symbolism because here we are in this reverse strength energy. The Empress is fighting with the ego. The ego's being stubborn, it's being fearful and feels weak, and it's fighting for something that it shouldn't have. And the Hermit is right next to it with its lantern up. Like if you could just find your way, like this is the Hermit talking. Be calm, go into introspection, and find your way back to your higher self. That's the star that's in his lantern, is the star of the higher self. That leads us back to source. It says here, if you can find um, peace in your solitude, you can regain your strength, right? Follow the light of the higher self when you're wrestling with this ego. And then right after that, you've got the Six of Wands, which is a personal victory. Pause that at 23:30. 23:35. Blink. So that I'm gonna might take the picture of that. Yeah, so we've got strength in reverse. We're feeling weak, we're feeling off put, we're feeling maybe a little embarrassed and fearful. But if we follow the Hermit's lantern and contemplate and get back in touch with our higher self, then we will have the Six of Wands, that victory, a personal victory, respect. See that too. What was I saying about the strength card? That ego wants respect, but it's in the reverse here. So it's like fighting with itself. But if we go towards the higher self and remember, what did I say over here about the Hermit card over here? It's finding facts, finding wisdom out of facts, whereas Virgo wants to know. Pisces energy, or Virgo wants to think, and Pisces energy wants to know. And then that will bring that high regard that we wanted with the ego over here in reverse. If you find peace, how did I put it? There's power in being peaceful, and there's peace in your power. I hope I got that right. And once we realize that we need to integrate the higher self in order to rebalance that, that's when we gain the respect and regard and what does it say? Accomplishment that we are seeking. But like I said, there's a recombination of something here with temperance energy. We need to find a different way of looking at it. That's what they're saying. So then I went ahead with the Celtic Lenormand and laid out a foundation here. This is like the linking energy. We've got north nodes, we've got south node, north node, and then I laid like 4 going in that direction to see what kind of energies would help us along the way. And the first one we got here is book. The book, it's learning. Well, yeah, I mean, that's where we started over here with the Hermit, this learning. It is learning and training. Yeah, isn't that what it says here with the Hermit? No, guides, facts, and wisdom. Okay. So we've got learning, training, study, education. That's very earth energy. Reading and research, hidden secrets, and diving deeper. Like that. That's over here. Next to there, we got the Scythe, which also kind of reminds me of Virgo energy because Virgo comes around right at the first harvest. But this is harvest after a growth. Oh, see, we grew after that Virgo South node. We grew, yeah, because it's something we've already mastered. So we grew from that. But it's harvest after growth. It's facing change, and that came out over here next to the Wheel of Fortune. It's releasing of and letting go of what's dead and making a clean break. Okay. Next to that, we've got Clover. I love the Clover card. It's a small good luck, hope and synchronicities, money. Money. Oh, be alert. Okay, and see opportunities. So there is opportunity for growth here. For me, the clover, especially with that coin underneath, represents to me like the Ace of Pentacles. Because when you find a clover, a 4-leaf clover being good luck, it's like a little bling, a little gift from the dropped out of the sky from the divine, and that's exactly what the aces are. They're all a gift of out of the blue, out of the blue that you weren't expecting. But in this case, being a financial opportunity, it's something that you can plant for the future. And then here we've got the holly, and holly has come out like 3 times. It's winter time, so we are in the cold right now. This says healthy roots and endurance. What is this word? Cultivate good health while in hibernation. Again, Virgo energy with the Hermit. That's like hibernation energy. It's withdrawal to weather an adversity. Oh, I like that. The key I love about holly is that even though winter represents a time when things are dead, what was it over here? Something about, yeah, in the harvest with the scythe, you got to let go of what's dead. Even here in the season of everything being dead, holly grows and it's still green, and the red berries just remind you of life. Okay, yes, it's a parasitic plant, it lives off of other trees, but while everything is recovering, while it's in hibernation, there is still something here that is alive. It's going to endure, it's going to last because its roots are very healthy and deep. But it is a symbol of thriving in your withdrawal. And I have a feeling that this may have to do with this love over here that here on the Hermit. So we're contemplating still why maybe that love kind of went sour. But with this Holly here, I almost feel like the love is still alive, even though the heart is in this like hibernation phase. So we're going to do the bottoms of the decks now and hopefully get a little bit more clarity because I am not confident in how this is turning out. This is the first time I've done a North Node South Node reading, so I'm not very confident in it, but I've done this 3 times trying to connect with it, and I'm just going to publish this one because I feel like even if it doesn't make sense to me, there may be messages where it resonates with somebody else. So I cannot, they're not all going to be gold, right? They're not all going to be perfect. Um, Bottom of the deck for the first light tarot, we've got the moon. And right now I believe we are the final stages of a full moon in Libra. And it's going to be going into waning first quarter in Scorpio. So we'll get to that when we get there. But we've got moon cycles here, and moon is definitely looking in the shadow and dealing with what's under there. Oh, I forgot to tell that story. Okay, let me. And then underneath that, strengthen the upright. Look at that. That inner contemplation, keeping something alive in there. And the moon energy is dealing with what's in the shadows. Now, sun energy deals with the ego and what the ego allows to be seen. It's not necessarily the truth. It's not necessarily the true truth. It's the truth that we allow to be seen. Okay? But the moon deals with the truth that's in the shadows. And that's in our subconscious, in the things that we keep quiet. And we have to go in there every once in a while and deal with those emotions, those things that bother us, those things that we don't let out in the sunlight, those things that we don't allow our ego to deal with. We do have to go and deal with that. Underneath that, we've got strength in the upright. See, once we balance that power and peace, and so we've got the moon here, which is mystery and intuition and discovery in the shadows, and we've got strength here, which represents intellect. There's the balance, masculine and feminine, sun and moon, right? Underneath that, we've got vibration. This is vibing at a higher level with positive action and interacting compassionately. Bam! Balance the two. I heard relinquish any kind of guilt that you might have that can make you feel like you're less than. Okay? For the Rider-Waite, we've got the Emperor. This is the structure I was talking about. There is some kind of dogma here that may have kept us in an idea of servitude, service, or that's just the way it's been done because that's the way the authority's been telling us it's been done. This is the patriarchy. But at least it's in the upright. In the reverse, I would say this is, an emperor that is being a bully and oppressive. But in the upright, this is a good leader. This is strong leadership. This is honor and somebody who's supportive. But it is structure. So it may be something that has to do with some dogma that's like, this is the way we do it because this is the way it's always been done and this is the way I'm going. As long as you do it this way, I will support you. It's not necessarily toxic, but it's not very it's not very like conducive to growth. It's just get by because, this is how we get by. Rules and structured. Yes, this is Aries energy, but I also give the Emperor to Capricorn because Capricorn is the judge to me. It's one step almost to the Emperor. The King of Pentacles is one step to the Emperor. And to me, Aries being the baby of the sign, the brand spanking new, here I am, baby. To me, the baby doesn't have enough experience to be an Emperor, but Capricorn does. Underneath that, the celebration of the Three of Cups. This is camaraderie. This is company. This is connection, celebration, social events, prosperity. I like this card. This to me feels like the celebrating after a Two of Cups. After the Two of Cups comes the Three of Cups. After the commitment comes the meeting the friend group and meeting the family and going out to dinners and celebrating the new connection. Underneath that, though, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So this feels like this comes up for me. Sometimes this has a negative connotation. This is working, but it says work but of low quality. This is a rushed production. Oh, we might be rushing into something. But to me, this comes out as not having to put that much work into something, right? It just kind of comes natural. Under that, we got the moon again. Oh my goodness. This could be Cancer energy. Illusion. Okay, yeah, we got to deal with what is in the illusion. I heard in this case, we have to deal with what our heart wants that we've been pushing down. Okay? In this, like I said, in this case, this feels like we have to allow our hearts to express what its needs are. Because like I was talking about in that Virgo energy with that Vestal Virgin sacrificial energy, it's like I'm in this connection and I'm taking care of them because I love them, but my needs are going without. So I feel like in this coming around with the North Node being the lessons that we're learning and regaining our strength through introspection so we can have some kind of personal victory. Once we regain that strength, we're going to be in an energy of really giving authority with the Emperor to our emotional needs, the ones that we keep in the shadows. I like that. I'm sorry it was such a roundabout kind of very, like I said, I haven't done a North Node, South Node reading before, so it might have been a little disjointed. But we are going to go ahead and we're going to get some ancestor oracle messages. Hopefully that'll pull things together. Sorry, my chair keeps sinking. So, I hope that resonated. I hope that made sense. Let me just do my spiel. I hope this is resonating. I hope the messages are reaching you for your highest good. If you are vibing with my content, please take a moment to leave a thumbs up, subscribe, share my video. It helps the algorithm get my content seen. In the description, you'll find my email and donation links. I am open for personal readings and birth chart inquiries. My first discipline is astrology. I picked up tarot much later. For any small donation, I would love to do you a 3-card spread as a thank you, as a private thank you. We can do it by email, by messenger video, or like a YouTube link like this that only you'll receive. Email, Venmo, and Cash App are in my description. I appreciate any and all feedback, signal boost, or donation. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Let's get some insight here. Ancestor oracle messages for the collective for this North Node, South Node, Pisces, Virgo energy for the collective, please. So we're coming out of an energy of mulling over facts for wisdom and coming into an energy of intuitive knowing. So we've got Medicine Mother and Broken Arrow. First we have Honor Your Inner Knowing. Wow. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. It says take action, do what you know you need to do. This is an old, there's an old pattern rising up. What did I say about the Wheel of Fortune? Old cycles coming around. There's an old pattern rising up in you now, and it's time to deal with it and release it for good. Okay, Wheel of Fortune, Scythe, let go of what's dead. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself. Man, look at that. Love with the lovers and and the Ace of Cups, and respect with the Victory card. Respect and regard and personal accomplishment. You're being encouraged to love and respect yourself enough to take the steps you know you need to take to move closer to where you'd like to be. You already know the answers. You Virgo, in that contemplative needing to know the facts, you already know the answers. You know what you need to do. You may have been using delaying tactics or holding back, but now you're being guided to take action. Action requires courage. That's the Strength card. But your angels and guides are bringing you the courage to move forward. Strength was in the upright in the other deck. Take just one step. When you do, the next one will be presented to you. Okay, that takes a little bit of faith, and not everybody can move. That's why we've got the Ace of Cups in reverse and Strength in reverse, because taking that leap of faith, knowing that the fate is maybe not be in our hands, it's kind of debilitating. We kind of freeze up a little bit. Some people have a real hard time taking that first step, and I don't blame you. Broken Arrow. It says, embrace the energy of peace. what was I saying about the Strength card? Peace in your power and power in your peace. It says, let go of the need to defend yourself and prepare to offer peace. You are safe. See, a lot of times we can't offer peace because we still feel threatened. So here it's saying offer peace because you are safe. So maybe what we think is a threat here is an illusion. Remember, we get the moon 3 times here. Okay? 2 times, 3 times, we got the moon energy a whole hell of a lot of times, which means there is something is an illusion. So it may be that we feel threatened, but it's in our own illusion. Okay? This is saying offer peace because you are safe. If you have been exposed in a situation in which you have felt the need to protect yourself or defend what you feel is right, know that this is now coming to an end. With the arrival of the Broken Arrow card, you are being guided to know that the energies of light are entering to wash away all of the darkness. You can drop your shields and protection. You're now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Oh, what did I say? This authority, you're taking back authority to honor that emotional needs that you may have kept in the background, you may have been holding back because you may have had a duty to something else, right? Ooh, I love this part because these cards really do tie everything together sometimes. You're now in a situation that will honor you and honor your needs. Arguments are ending and disagreements are being resolved. Prepare to talk things through and offer the peace that you would like to enjoy. In order to move forward in a more fearless way, here we've got Strength in reverse, being fearful, and then Victory. After that, in order to move forward in a more fearless way, it's important for you to let go of the idea that you can be hurt by this situation or the people involved, because this will only work against you. So know that your angelic guides and ancestors are standing around you and protecting you and taking you lovingly forward. Wow, I love that. So there really was a lot of fear involved here. And once we identify where that fear is coming from, like I said, with that Hermit energy and the Hermit twice and the Moon twice, once we identify where that fear is coming from, we can walk away from this in victory. And I feel like with the Hermit looking this way towards this Emperor energy, there may have been an authority figure here that had something to do with how we feel about ourselves. And maybe they're the ones that instilled in us that in order to earn love or show love or be loved, that we had to sacrifice what our needs in order to get that Capricorn energy. Capricorns will work themselves to the grave because that's their love language. They'll work themselves to death to show you that they love you, and then they'll be pissed that they can't get up and go to work. We get some final energies here, or cards here. A little bit of insight, maybe some last minute advice for the collective North Node, South Node energy. Somebody had an accident. We've got the oof card. Something didn't turn out quite right, and you feel a little bit knocked down. Okay, keep the aloe vera. That's interesting. I'm not going to do that one. Some of these are a little bit humorous. Some are inappropriate, so I do weed them out sometimes. Aloe vera we've got, it's calling us to soothe, to soothe ourselves. Healing, take care of yourself, We've got eat a taco. That might be self-care. You never know. Eat a taco. I could go for some tacos. Some birria tacos. Get ready. It's on like Donkey Kong. Oh, self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. Okay. I mean, there may be some in the collective that need a little bit of time of independence, some introspection. Some people maybe, flying solo. That's okay. Everybody's I get the feeling from the collective here that the ones that are flying solo are healing and doing just fine. And that's good. But what is on like Donkey Kong? Can you give me a little bit of insight into that? It's a divine path and have a safe word. God damn. I wonder if that has to do with incoming love, maybe? No? Nine of Pentacles, self-made prosperity, abundance, and stability, and independence. What did I say? Self-reliance. Some people are being independent. Okay. Does that mean there's no love? Is there no love? There's no love? The Archangel Uriel. The illumination. Okay, we're in kind of an energy of learning who we are in independence right now. So I don't see... I'm not seeing it. Oh, medicating. I felt that one coming out. Medicating. Not only is this a warning about like alcohol and weed. Look, I'm not going to judge anybody. I love alcohol and weed. All right. I'm not judging nobody. But it's also a reminder to maintain your medications. Okay. Maintain your prescriptions. Don't mix the two. Be responsible if you are. But somebody here is self-medicating. Otherwise, I heard they're medicating with the wrong medication. Okay? If you're going to be, weed and booze and pills, it's probably because you're missing the right medication. Okay? So they're telling you, somebody out there, don't neglect your meds. Neptune energy. Oh, Neptune's in Pisces. And that's where the North Node is right now. Dreams, imagination, higher intuition, mysticism, and the emotional depths. This is also psychic ability. It's also a higher vibration of the moon. And where the moon deals with illusions, Neptune and Pisces can deal with delusions and fantasy and imagination and things like that. Okay? So Neptune is in play. I think I do mention that in a couple of the other readings. Illumination, Archangel Uriel. This is wisdom and art and science. It's clear sight. The light of God's truth. It's decisions, resolving conflict, an awakening. I like that. Wasn't there an awakening here somewhere else? I can't remember. It's awakening, intellect, and guidance. It's the light of God. So follow that light. See, that's the hermit's light. That's the star in the hermit's lantern. It's the light of the higher self. That light in the higher self is being illuminated by Archangel Uriel. Okay. We got 777, your divine path. You are right where you should be and are serving your divine purpose. And after that, it says, always have a safe word and stick with it. Stick to it. Self-reliance. I get everything soothed. Okay, yes, self-soothing. That might be in that medicating. Oh, interesting. We have the broken arrow here, which is reminding us that we can put the shields down, that there's no need to fight about this anymore. But then we have an energy here, get ready. It's on like Donkey Kong with boxing gloves. Somebody's still fighting with this. Somebody is still wanting to fight about this. And then here we have soothe and with medicating. Yeah, somebody's being stubborn over here. I don't like that. Eat a taco. So I feel like either somebody is fighting against being in this Nine of Pentacles, like being independent and for themselves, or they're fighting somebody who wants to be in that Nine of Pentacles, who wants to be independent and abundant in their own right. Because we also here have don't be afraid to fly solo. So there may be an energy that wants to move on. I mean, that could go along with that Lover's card in the Wheel of Fortune. Something about that relationship changed and somebody felt out of power about it. And that's why the love kind of soured here. That Ace of Cups was spilled. I feel like maybe somebody wanted to go in a different... I heard Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac, because they had a divine path to go on. 777. You're right where you should be, and you are serving your divine purpose. Maybe that didn't sit right with somebody, and now they're over here self-medicating to soothe and trying to be like boxing gloves time, trying to fight about it. But they're feeling that strength in reverse, because there's a combination here that they can't balance something. Yeah. Okay, that's what I have, everybody. I hope that resonated. You know what? I'm not gonna be able to try this again until the nodes switch in about next year. So if this is the first or last, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. But I hope you found some messages in here. I'm gonna come back maybe tomorrow with the moon reading, and then we're gonna do another collective reading. So thank you. Until I see you again in the next couple days. Okay, thanks. Bye.